Ladies and gentlemen of the Rude Nation, thank you so much for joining the Rude Boys for the next installment of the Rude Boys Power Hour Plus. Episode 50, we made it! 5-0, the big 5-0, Tom. Tom, are you there? The big 5-0, you're not paying attention to me.
What? Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm playing the Rude Boys Game of the Year, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I'm very engrossed.
No,
yeah. Here, I'll put it down. I'll put it down.
Yes, please. We'll talk about that later, I guess, but I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
What episode number is this? 60?
5-0, baby.
Oh, shit, okay. I was close.
50. You were close, off by 10. 50.
Yeah. Awesome.
We did it. We made it. 50.
Woohoo!
We can retire. Nah, we're going to keep it.
All right, cool.
Right. But if those who are keeping track at home right now, this is not our second year anniversary episode yet. That is next episode, 51. Ooh. So get ready for that. This episode is jam-packed. Let me tell you, we are fresh out of San Diego Comic-Con, so Blitzkrieg news is jam-packed to the gills.
Yeah.
Tommy already touched on it a little bit. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 came out, so we got a game club to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
And we committed to a Stranger Things talk, and by gum, we have a Stranger Things talk.
God? You mean?
By golly?
Gee willikers, sir!
Yep. Stranger Things.
Awesome.
Talk coming up with a special guest involved. So, Tommy, let's just fucking hit it, all right? This is episode 50. We ain't no amateurs.
Yeah.
Who's in your mouth?
Got the good old Miller Lite, a fine Pilsner beer.
That's right.
Back on track.
Back on the wagon, baby.
Oh.
Or fall off the wagon?
I fell off the wagon.
You're back off the wagon.
Yeah. There we go. Who's in your mouth there, brother?
I have the same, my friend.
Awesome.
Miller Lights. Thank you so much to Miller Brand for supplying the Rude Boys for 50 episodes straight. Clink it up, Tommy.
Those are good glasses for clink.
That is a really good glass clink. And as we always say, a fine Pilsner beer. So, Tom.
Let's just blitzkrieg it.
Let's blitzkrieg it up.
Alright. We kick off Blitzkrieg, as always, within the past 50 episodes. With video game news.
Yes, all 50 episodes of video game news. Here we go, Blitzkrieg.
The worst kept secret has been revealed. Switch Lite coming out September 20th.
Yep, so this is a Switch model that is completely in handheld. No removable Joy-Con. A lot of functionality removed. It's not for everyone. Everyone, get your panties out of a bunch.
Did you already,
it's for
did
children.
You already sense me to... about to say something?
Well, there was a lot of animosity on the internet because it's like, wow, this isn't the Switch revision I wanted.
The internet's not a toxic place.
It's, you know what, Tom, it is. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry for the first person on this earth to tell you the internet is a toxic place. I am so sorry. Except for the Rude Nation, you're all beautiful. The Switch Lite is not for everyone. It's like a second system. It's for children. It's for people who want to get into Pokemon or whatever. It's not for you. What could be for you, though, and not on the news, is that they are slowly launching a newer model, but it just has an increased battery. So, hey, if you want to get a Switch, look out for that.
They also released new colors for Joy-Cons.
Yes, that is correct.
Which I know people were, jizzing over.
Sure, yeah, Joy-Con color is fantastic. The Joy-Con drift is not.
I'm a basic bitch. I got my 2 gray ones.
Yeah, I got the 2 grays.
And that's on that. Well, they make the
keep it Blitzkrieg, Tom.
They make the Smash Ball.
Shut up. You got the right. You got the Smash one.
Yeah,
right.
TurboGrafx 16 Mini coming out March 19th and will include 50 games. I'm so tired of these fucking classic minis. I'm so tired.
Tom, this is what's up, man. I'm sorry.
I understand, but you know what? It's 2019. We gotta start looking at more games like Spider-Man, which is now.
This is a good segue. Go.
Has officially passed Arkham City as the #1 selling game of all time.
That's Rude Boys bump. You're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome, Marvel and Sony and Insomniac.
It's more of a Tom bump.
That is a Tom bump. I was there, though. We streamed it. Check our YouTube. bit.ly/Rude Boys RudeTube, all lowercase. We streamed it. Launch day. We were there. Day 1. Bumping the fuck out of it. Tom more so than me. But hey, good job, Spider-Man. Yeah. Next, Tom.
We got some comic book news.
Whoa, straight out of San Diego Comic-Con?
Yes.
Whoa,
legendary comic book writer and worshiper of the snake gods, Alan Moore, is retiring from writing comics. If we were a visual medium, you guys would have seen I almost killed Chris.
That was pretty good. I like that. Okay, great job. Who is this? Alan Moore.
Alan Moore. He wrote
Watchmen,
Swamp Thing,
300?
Frank Miller, V for Vendetta. Yes.
Okay, cool, great.
Yeah.
Next.
Movie talk.
Okay, cool. That's surprisingly all the comic book news out of San Diego Comic-Con.
I know there is.
We got some stuff coming up. Don't you worry, Nation.
Yeah. We're gonna have a San Diego Comic-Con segment. Don't worry.
Hang on to your pants.
Yeah.
Keep them on.
And your britches.
And all the hats.
And your knickknacks.
And your paddywhacks. Give that dog a bone. Next. Cleveland Blitzkrieg.
Movies. Mortal Kombat reboot officially rated R and will include fatalities. Finish him.
Okay, great.
Cool.
I feel like nothing else needs to be said about that. Cool.
Rude Nation Movie of the Year 2019. Pokemon Detective Pikachu is highest grossing video game movie worldwide, possibly?
Yeah, there's some discrepancy with the numbers. It was Warcraft. If you all remember our video game movie episode a couple episodes ago, we talked about these movies. Do you remember? There will be a quiz later, so I hope you remember. But Pokemon Detective Pikachu was on track to be the highest grossing video game movie, but Warcraft is, I think, still in charge of that crown.
Okay.
So.
But you know what is the highest grossing movie of all time?
Tell me, Tom!
Endgame is now the #1 highest grossing movie of all time, and Far From Home is highest grossing Spider-Man film. You're fucking welcome, Sony and Marvel and Disney. You're welcome.
Double Rude Boys bump. Yeah, that's a double Rude Boys bump.
Yeah.
That's the bump for the bump. What else is up?
Tequila Wakanda coming back to direct Thor 4.
Yep. That was right before
Yes.
Comic-Con news.
It was.
Which kind of set the groundwork for the Phase 4. But we'll talk about that in a little bit, I think, right? I don't know.
Trailer talk.
Okay.
It Chapter 2. Did you see it?
We watched it together, Tom.
Yes, we did. Shut up.
Okay, good.
Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I know you don't care, but this is a love for me.
I'm sorry. It Chapter 2. It looks creepy. I thought the Chapter 1 looked creepy, and the movie didn't do it for me, but whatever. I'll watch it.
It looks like they're taking a lot of liberties in Chapter 2.
Okay, yeah. See, I don't know the source material.
Read a book.
Yeah, there it is. I was waiting for that.
As I was saying, Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I know you don't.
Is it an actual reboot, or is it just like cheeky, like
that's a reboot? The premise of the movie. Did you see Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? All right.
No.
So the premise, and this will be real quick. Jay and Silent Bob.
Like it's not.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Premise was, Jay and Silent Bob. We're going back. We're going to Hollywood to stop a Jay and Silent Bob movie from being made. Who was going to be Jay and Silent Bob in the Jay and Silent Bob movie?
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, right?
No, it was James Van Der Beek and Jason Biggs.
Okay.
So this one, they're going back to Hollywood to stop a reboot of the movie that they tried to stop. So, and there's a great line in it, and it takes place actually at Comic-Con. And James Van Der Beek goes like this, goes, and who's directing this piece of shit? Kevin Smith? So, like, he knows he's a joke. And I love Kevin Smith. He's one of my favorite directors.
And more power to you. He doesn't do it for me.
And he's a big enough person that he could poke fun at himself.
Sure, yeah.
To see quick. Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, all right.
I am stoked for this.
Are you? Okay.
I'm totally going to go see this. Really? Oh,
yeah.
man. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But you know what is going to be our movie of the year?
What is that, Tom?
Cats.
God.
This is what nightmares are made of.
The less said about this, the better. Yeah, this trailer is They really leaned hard into CG human faces on
everyone.
Cats. Yeah, it's an ensemble cast, I'll tell you that much, but yeah.
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
TV.
Great balls of fire. Tell me that TV news.
Ooh, look at that. You also,
I still got some more.
You also made a Top Gun reference, Great Balls of Fire. Which I know, yes, it's a song, but it's also a scene in the original Top Gun.
That's great.
Which you will learn. TV. Cuphead. Cartoon is in the works at Netflix.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Great. Great job.
Stranger Things.
That's a cool art style.
Yes.
Yep.
That's about what I'll say.
Yep.
Stranger Things Season 4 starts to shoot in October.
Cool. Great.
Okay.
We talk about Stranger Things later in the episode.
Yep.
Nation.
Wrestling
news.
CM Punk to be at StarCast 3.
That's pretty
Which
big
is
deal.
in Chicago. Let's fucking face it. Stop playing Punk. You're going to be at fucking All Out.
It's called All Out, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
And Nation, stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for what?
All Out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for All Out.
Etc. news.
All right, what else happened in the
Mattel
world?
is coming out with a David Bowie Ziggy Stardust Barbie.
Okay, cool.
They are also coming out with several X-Men Barbies.
Right.
Jean Grey, Mystique, and
Psylocke?
Storm.
I could've
Those
sworn
are the
I saw
three
one.
I
Oh,
saw.
okay. At a Comic-Con, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Metallica releasing a children's book in November. ABCs of Metallica.
That's pretty cool. I can get behind that.
Allegedly, AC/DC announcing tour dates with Brian Johnson, who was their singer. He had to leave the band because he started losing his hearing and he couldn't keep up with the band, which you're the lead singer, you kind of need
So
hearing.
it's the original team.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
John Bonham was the original singer, but I think he OD'd or
goodness.
or he choked on his own vomit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they partied
Well,
hard
not
in the
cool,
70s.
Yeah, all right. I've seen movies.
So,
Also, I mean, if we're talking about toy news, I know I mentioned it in the in our Wrestle Fuckboys cast. Chat. But they're doing a Ghostbusters / WWE
Yes.
line where, as the four Ghostbusters, you have Cena, HBK, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin up against a ghostly Undertaker
with the title.
and they're also doing a Masters of the Universe
Yes.
themed WWE thing as well. Like they have some fun. I know. Who Jax? Does Jax still have the thing? I don't know. Whomever has the blah 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 blah.
Anyway, keep it Blitzkrieg, and that is
Fuck you.
No, that is not it for Blitzkrieg because we got
What, there's more?
We have a whole shit ton of San Diego Comic-Con stuff.
All right, hit us with the San Diego Comic-Con recap, Tommy. Real quick.
Batman Beyond Complete Series releasing in October on Blu-ray.
Right, and I heard that if this sells well, they may do more.
Yeah, which
Like more seasons.
give me the Justice League though, and Justice League Unlimited on Blu-ray.
Boy, yes.
Give me
I hear
that.
ya. That was only 2 seasons, right? Batman Beyond. I feel like it was
I
short.
think it was and a movie.
Return of Joker.
yes.
I remember.
Edward Furlong returning as John Connor in the new Terminator movie, which
Terminator Dark Fate.
It's
OG John Connor.
and because this is the T-800 from T2. I don't know how he survived. Arnold,
Right. He didn't get melted.
Yeah,
obviously.
and he goes by the name Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
What else?
Marvel's Avengers gameplay was revealed, and
did see
people were
this.
saying that the gameplay looks better than the FMVs.
It doesn't look. Yeah, it looks.
It doesn't look like a
fine.
piece of shit.
It looks like a fine game.
Yeah.
I like the. If this is real life, because it was a fucking. I don't even know why they should have just released the fucking footage and not just have a someone with a cell phone recording it.
Sure.
But like it looks very varied. Like your Thor fight is very God of War-ish.
Yes.
And your Iron Man fight is party foul. And your Iron Man stuff is kind of like on rail flight sim shit. But yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty neat.
All right.
We'll see.
Sorry, Nation. We had a bit of a
beer emergency.
yeah, and well, yes, we have a beer emergency right now.
Beer emergency. We're out of beer.
Russo Brothers' next project is Battle of the Planets.
Do you know what? Tell me about this.
This was a anime in the 80s. They all looked like they were like birds or some shit like that. Like,
Okay.
Google it.
Google it.
It looks,
That's the research you get here at the Rude Boys Power Hour.
Damn right.
So you should know that. It's episode 50, motherfuckers. What else?
Whew, Mary Jane getting her own solo series in comic books.
I saw this. It kind of spins out of Amazing
25.
Spider-Man 25. Now, this is the original run 25? No, this is like 25
And
the
Legacy,
current run, right?
yes.
Oh,
and
okay,
this is
okay,
like
okay,
Legacy
okay.
number 7, whatever.
Because the cover looked very old school, but I mean,
But again, everyone's into
know.
that retro look.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
Sure.
Annihilation Part 2 coming in October. Annihilation was a cosmic storyline.
Right. Space bugs.
Um,
but not the Brood or
I think it was
Kree or-
well, yeah, it was Annihilus.
yeah,
Yeah,
Space bug.
his crew.
Yeah, Space bug.
Halloween, the sequels of Halloween 2018 coming in 2020 and 2021. They are titled Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends.
And this wraps up presumably.
Yes. John Carpenter, or
Gotcha.
yeah, that.
And this is how do you feel about this? Because you're the Halloween fan, right? You're down?
I'll
You're down?
see.
You're down?
Yeah,
Okay,
of
cool.
course, yeah.
Is it the same crew and cast and shit behind the last one you
Yeah.
liked? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm happy for you.
I am too. And
Actually, speaking of Halloween, we just mentioned 3 coming out. Halloween, Rude Boys Game of the Year, runner up.
Yes.
Rude-tober just got a whole lot spookier. Mario, Luigi. Is it Pokemon?
I should have put this with comics, but I was drinking when I put these up. We are going.
all good, baby.
We are going back to 2099. They are doing
yes, I
a
heard about this.
2099 run again, which
Yep, I think November, right? Or
it's
something like that.
very mixed. Like some people love 2099.
2099 is definitely, ironically enough, very 90s.
Yeah.
Like very neon, very grungy, very
But
like.
I think-
what am I trying? Cyberpunky.
Yeah, I think Miguel will have his current costume, which is like red and white. I
Red
think.
and white. Yeah. If anyone's seen it, it's on like the Spider-Man PS4 game. Yeah, like
Yes.
a red and white. But I think that's probably got to be the biggest pull out of 2099, right? Spider-Man 2099.
X-Men.
I know that, but I mean, have any of them shown back up?
Right,
Like,
no,
no,
you're right,
it's Spider-Man 2099 is like where it's at from the 2099 universe. I have to stop saying that.
Yes.
What else?
And Marvel has also dropped a fucking hammer on us.
Sure.
They just gave us all their Phase 4 titles.
All right, so
Shit, I had the release dates. I don't have them.
we don't need the
currently.
release dates.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it. It's online.
Yep.
But let's talk about them real quick. We're gonna go through the movies, go through the Disney Plus.
I'm gonna go
Boom.
that way.
I
Yep.
like it. Let's rock.
So we got Black Widow.
Right, which, from what I understand, is takes place sometime after Civil War and between Infinity War. Obviously, there's a lot of flashbacks and shit like that, and it's got Scarlett Johansson as the lead role, David Harbour as Red Guardian, I believe.
Which I believe is
He's like Russian Captain
like
America.
I think that was Black Widow's husband.
Oh, okay. Florence Plough, who is Yolanda or something like that.
The
Basically-
blonde.
Yes.
Bizarro.
Yeah, exactly. Basically going to be the new Black Widow.
And I don't know who's playing Taskmaster.
We don't know that yet. So Taskmaster
Taskmaster, yeah.
is the villain of this flick.
And there is a shot of him on online.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the first movie starting Phase 4. I know that for a fact. I think
Yep.
it is May or March 2020. So.
Okay. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thor: Love and Thunder, I believe, actually ends Phase 4. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
so this
cool.
is
We're
the
going
fourth
this way.
movie. Well, whatever. This is the fourth Thor movie. Tequila Wakanda is back in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hemsworth, obviously.
Don't.
Chris
Well,
Hemsworth.
yes, he's
Chris
going
Hemsworth.
to be in it, but I think they're going to be focusing on.
Oh, yeah. No, plot-wise, we
they're
don't
gonna
really
be,
know.
They're
but-
going to be focusing on Jane Foster because there's a picture. They're going to be focusing on Jane Foster Thor.
Right. You mean Natalie Portman is back?
Yes.
What?
Because there's a picture where Tequila Wakanda is handing her Mjolnir.
Yes, yeah, that, I
Which
think
is
that was
a very
that,
cool
that was
picture.
actually at the panel. I think.
I enjoyed
saw
that
a couple
picture.
clips of that, and
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie,
Yes.
who is actually going to be officially a big LBGQ
Cool.
representation in Marvel
Awesome.
Cinematic Universe. That's great.
I will watch her scissor for days.
Yikes. Moving on, please, 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 Tom, please. Hawkeye, cool.
Which I believe with the
That's
way
Disney
it's
Plus. Oh
yes.
yeah,
the way it's written, I believe it's
logo.
gonna probably be going with Kate Bishop, who
Yes.
also had, and I'm sure he'll be it. Jeremy Renner will be in it because he trained her.
yeah. I think that was the case. It's
Yeah.
Clint Barton basically almost passing the mantle of Hawkeye to Kate Bishop.
Yes.
Yes.
What If?
What If? Which
is
we talked
always
about
a
before.
always a cool comic
Yep.
series. I'm looking forward to
It's
that.
an animated take on what happens in the Marvel Cinematic
Yes.
Universe if something happened. I believe the first episode is going to be what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum outside of besides Steve
Sure.
Rogers, bleh. But they have a lot of the MCU cast coming back to reprise their roles, and it is animated. So
Okay.
there you go.
Falcon.
Narrated by the Watcher. I don't remember the guy's name, but Watcher is the narrator.
Okay.
Yes. Sounds pretty cool.
Uatu.
No, I know that. I meant the
Oh.
guy voicing
Oh,
Uatu,
okay.
but I didn't know Uatu.
The Falcon. Winter Soldier.
Yep. And Falcon's going to be in the suit.
Yes.
He tried it on. And you also got returning Daniel Bruhl
with the Baron Zemo mask.
Yes,
which
proper
to
Baron
me
Zemo.
is what was missing
Yep.
in Civil War.
Right. And if you remember, Nation, we talked about what we want in Phase 4. Tom called that. Tom called that we would see Falcon in the Captain America suit at the Disney Plus show.
Yep.
Great job, Tom.
Loki.
Yep. A little hazy on it, but
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston is reprising his role. So, yep.
WandaVision.
WandaVision, which has obviously Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, and also a grown-up Monica Rambeau, played by an actress from... Did you watch the thing? No, I'm kidding. Did you? From I believe she was an actress from Walking Dead, Mad Men. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So there you go, and this leads right into
Shang-Chi.
no, pick another one.
Doctor Strange.
Yes,
and
Doctor
the
Strange.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yep. So Scarlet Witch is going to be in this Doctor Strange movie.
That's very cool. So
Yeah.
then,
So they got
we'll
some
see
magic
him
shit.
training.
Well, you got some
Because,
magic shit, which is cool.
no. That's one thing that, like, see, that's something else that I would love to see.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and again, well, actually, fuck it. I'll say it right now.
Talk about it right now.
So Kevin Feige did say Fantastic Four and the mutants are coming.
Yes.
What I would love
Definitely
to
Phase
see,
5, but we'll
yeah,
see.
what I would love to see eventually is, bring Ileana in
Okay.
magic,
Yeah.
and I don't know, make them like a little team, like Doctor Strange, Wanda, and her. That
I
would
could
be
see
very
that.
cool.
Or even like
because
like
he
Loki
trained both
too,
of them.
Like
Yeah.
But this is, I believe, the same director, and it's going to
Derrickson.
have more of a horror slant to it.
Yes, and it may be rated R.
I don't know about that. I think
Actually,
it's still
no,
gonna be
he's
rated
done-
he's done
Yeah.
rated R shit, but I think
Yeah.
the movie is going to retain a PG-13 rating, but really be a little more spooky than previous MCU outings.
Okay. So as I jumped,
Before I
Shang-Chi.
interrupted you, yep.
Um,
So Shang-Chi, when you hear Shang-Chi, what were your baseline impressions? You were like, Shang-Chi, okay, whatever.
Cool. I would-
Legend of the Ten Rings,
Yes. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is, I think that's the hook right
That's
there.
where we're gonna get Mandarin.
You're getting the proper Mandarin.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then last, and I'm so very concerned about this. The
Right.
Eternals.
Me too.
This is going to be the first thing where we see the Celestial. Actually, no. This will be the second time we see the
Right,
Celestials.
because Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
was really the first one. But yeah, no, this is their ensemble cast movie
Yeah.
for Phase 4,
Yep.
and I think it is really harping on the fact that these characters are not well known. We've been here before. We've been here with Guardians of the Galaxy, and everyone thought that was going to flop. Even like Ant-Man or Doctor Strange, like we all thought those were going to flop. But this has a ton of star power.
Yep.
So that's Marvel's way of like really getting a lot more people to see it. I don't think it's going to fail, but like it's a big unknown. Like the Eternals are not a well-known group. I mean, when they first announced that they were going to make the Inhumans a movie, everyone was just like,
A show.
yeah. Well, originally when they were going to make it a movie, they were like, yeah, okay, and then they did what they did.
The thing that I really enjoyed about that with the Eternals was, I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, I know they always have the cast on and everything, and I'm sitting there, I was like, Angelina Jolie's gonna pull some Angelina Jolie bullshit, like she's too big for her bridge, but she was on stage,
She was
and
there.
that kind of gives me hope with this movie, because
I hear you.
honestly, I feel she will be. She has to step into the mother, like almost like a motherly role. Like she has to show, like, all right, look, we're all in this together. Like, and the other thing that they announced, which wasn't on my little list, Blade.
Yes. So this was their. I did not expect this. I thought they would have done. They would have talked. They would have ended it with a Fantastic Four punch, or an X-Men punch, something we were all expecting.
Yep.
But they come back with a Blade punch.
Yeah.
Starring
And,
Marshall Ali.
Yeah. Which is a lot of people. Well, we know that that's pretty much the nail in the coffin for.
Unfortunately, yes.
For the Netflix series, because he was Cottonmouth.
Yep.
And I was reading that he actually called Kevin Feige.
I heard. Yeah, I heard.
He's
after
like,
he won the.
He's like, I want to do
Oscar.
this.
Yeah.
And Kevin Feige was like, Marshall Ali calls you, you answer.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So-
So good on you, Mashallah. Did not expect to see this. See that.
Neither was I.
But that's pretty cool.
A good Comic Con.
Very good Comic-Con.
All
Very
in
good.
all.
A lot of you got a lot of basically. Marvel dropped their nuts, and then it's like
Which,
there you go, baby.
Something we didn't talk about in games, because I don't know if it hit Comic-Con or before, the DLC pack for Ultimate Alliance.
Yep, has Blade in it for the Marvel Knights portion of it, and Ghost Rider, and Moon Knight, and Punisher.
And Michael Morbius.
Oh my God, Morbius! Wait, what did I say?
You said Moon Knight and Punisher.
Ghost Rider's in the game proper.
Right,
yes,
yeah.
Michael Morbius, the living vampire.
Our
That's
boy.
the Rude Boy's boy. Oh my God. Is that it for Blitzkrieg, Tommy?
That is it.
Oh boy.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite time. Tom's done of the show. Alright, listen, you fucking morons. And Nation, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking about these fucking morons who are crying that Stranger Things has too much smoking. Alright, look, here's the thing. It's in the 80s. I'm pretty sure all of us had our parents holding us while smoking a cigarette, flipping ash into an ashtray. The people who are complaining about this are from our generation. And it's like, guys, stop.
Right.
You stop being the pussies that we used to not want, to be associated with. Just stop. Smoking is fine in a television show. I don't even think there's that much smoking in Stranger Things, personally.
It's a show for adults.
Exactly.
I have to say. And
about children. And none of the kids are smoking. So get the fuck over it.
The youngest person smoking is who? Fucking Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Hopper's smoking all the time because he's a fucking adult.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It is a jarring thing because I grew up I would have to say at the tail end of people smoking on TV, and then legislation or whatever stopped them from doing that.
Right.
Which is fine
Society's
because
a bunch of wussies.
That's the way the world works. But if you're trying to portray that time period, that's kind of how things were. Like, does it need it? No. Would it be disingenuous to not do it? Sure, I guess. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Stop ruining things, you goddamn pussies. And that has been Tom's Dud of the Show. Jesus Christ, Chris, give my goddamn lungs a break and tell me what the hell you've been up to.
All right, Tommy. So I finished up Mercenary Kings. I didn't finish it up. I've played it to the point where I can move on because something else came along. No, not begrudgingly. I had a good time. The music was good. The graphics I liked. It got a little grindy, but it was what I needed. I needed just something to bridge the gap between Okami HD and Rude Boys Game of the Year 2019, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, now available for the Nintendo Switch. And it did exactly what it did. So I did it. I beat one more mission, which you kind of face the boss or the main antagonist, but then something else happens. But then I'm like, I'm good. So I'm good with that right now.
Cool.
That was pretty much it for video games. I did watch Us, the Jordan Peele horror thriller.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did not feel it.
He lost it.
I didn't feel it.
He lost me. I watched this as well.
Yeah, I didn't feel it. So, for those who don't know about it, it's kind of like almost like an Invasion of the Body Snatcher sort of thing.
Upside down. There's an upside down world.
We can't keep harping on this Stranger Things. I know it's a Stranger Things episode. I know it's episode 50. I know everything is fucking exciting,
Chris, but am I wrong?
Yes. Okay. So everyone has their own little clone doppelgangers that are basically like puppets to the puppet master of the people above ground, and they apparently pick a day to try to take the world. And I feel like there's no stakes, and like it's like, why do I care
about this family?
Exactly. Yeah, like the dude who plays the husband, who I believe was the guy Umbatu from Black Panther.
Yes.
He's great.
Yes.
But like he's not like it's kind of goofy. Like it's very.
It's light. It's light. Gory. It's light for what is actually going on.
Yeah, I feel like there should have been more threat, more weight to it.
And what's her name was good in it though.
The main actress.
Yeah, who was also in Black Panther.
Yes. I'm going to murder the name, so I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was great. No problem with the cast whatsoever. But it's just like the plot, kind of interesting, but like the execution was just not there.
Get Out was so much better.
Get Out was a lot better than Us. Don't see Us. What I also saw recently, Child's Play, the original.
Really?
Yeah.
That was
a fucking 80s movie.
I think that was
or a 70s movie
we were supposed to watch together.
Was it? I don't know about
think
that.
so.
But we did that, and then me and my girlfriend, we went through a Wikipedia loop of all the other Chucky movies, and by God, did they go places, Tom.
fun fact.
Okay, go ahead.
1988, by the way.
Okay, 80s movie, perfect. Thank God I could sleep.
I have the full collection, so...
Including Cult of Chucky?
Well, that's on Netflix. Cult of Chucky was, I believe, a Netflix movie.
What? No, was it?
I believe so.
Oh, my God.
We
That
will...
can't be right.
In October. In Rootober.
I don't want to. I'm done with these movies. I saw the first one. I'm like, oh,
Well,
good.
then we're watching all the Halloweens.
I'd probably be more into that than anything
Oh,
else.
you want to talk about a series that goes places?
Halloween, really?
Yeah.
And then outside of all that stuff, I picked up the Spider-Man Noir complete collection.
Spider-Man talk.
Spider-Man talk. It rears his Spidey head and
Webhead.
oh, that's really good. I like that better. So this is a complete collection of all the Spider-Man Noir tales. So I don't really remember the timeline of this, but I believe
1920s.
Noir, well, thank you, Tom. Cool. Actually, I think more early 30s. The timeline of this, I believe Marvel put out a couple of mini-series in the Noir.
Yeah,
in a
they had X-Men Noir.
X-Men, Daredevil Noir, something like that. Yeah. And it's basically your heroes as you know them in the Great Depression. Mm-hmm. So not really steampunky, but very like noir. I hate to use that term again, but it's noir. It's dark. It's gritty. It's like noir.
Oh, what is it?
Noir.
Okay.
And it's really good.
Okay,
and I like the spin on that stuff because I love alternate realities on everything. And I hate to say it, Nation, and I don't think you know this yet, but I like Spider-Man. So seeing like characters like Norman Osborn, Kraven the Hunter, the Vulture, in a Great Depression era style, that's really cool to me. I haven't finished the complete collection yet. I read the first miniseries, which I think is just 5 issues. It basically deals with Spider-Man getting his powers and going up against Norman Osborn, a.k.a. the Goblin, who's a mob boss. Okay. Go figure. Now, but there's more to it, and I gotta get into it.
Were you reading Spider-Man Noir as Nicolas Cage?
No, I think I was reading him as Christopher Daniel Barnes as Spider-Man Noir in Shattered Dimensions.
Cool.
Yeah. But, like, you know what? That's kind of funny you say that, because, like, when I read a graphic novel, I kind of have voices in my head that, like...
Yeah, I know you got voices in your head.
They're pulled from different mediums, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I can hear that person talk. Oh, God, I'm not helping my case.
They have doctors for you.
Yeah, okay. Tom, what have you been up to?
I have played a bit of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Okay, you played it on Switch?
Yes.
How is it? Because we were talking about it a little bit.
I haven't gotten hit with any buggy stuff. The only thing I've noticed sometimes is, like, if I'm, like, up against a wall and I hit it for, like, wall meat.
Okay. You gotta hit that wall meat.
You gotta hit the wall meat, man. You need that wall meat in your face.
All right.
Is, like... You go through the wall almost, like...
Really? Okay. I mean, that's just like some collision detection.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cool off.
I see that.
Relax.
Damn, you're hot and bothered here.
Woo!
I dig it. I love the animation style.
I think I'm going to try that for Rootober.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm sure by then patches will be out.
Exactly, yeah. That's why I'm kind of holding back on it.
I picked up, again, Batman the Animated Series.
Okay.
Started watching that.
Nice.
Oh, man, shit's so good.
It's a good one.
There's not enough words. Thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm really surprised it has the movies in it. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised. Like, the 4 seasons is one thing, but then they're just like, here's
the 2 movies.
Mask of the Phantasm and...
Frozen Heart.
Yeah,
something like that.
Sub-Zero. I think it was. I think it wasn't Batman Sub-Zero?
Freeze. Oh.
I know who the fuck Mr. Freeze is.
Anyway, one of my favorite 2-parter is Robin's Reckoning.
Okay, what is that?
That's the one where he finds out that Tony Zuko's the one that Robin finds out that Tony Zuko's the one that kills his parents.
This is young. Oh, this is young.
Yeah, this is Dick Grayson.
Right. Okay.
Young in like season 3 and 4 was Tim Drake.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
this is Dick.
This is Dick.
Yeah. You need the Dick in the Batman.
Okay.
It's just so good because, like, you know, he's just like, screw you, Batman. You trained me for this. Let me take him out. Let me kill him. And Batman's like, absolutely not. He's like, I'm not going to let you become him.
Right.
It was just so good. And I have, you know, kind of stopped playing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night because a little game came out.
A little game?
Called Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Oh, Tom. You know what? I'm playing that game also.
Ooh,
we should dust off the old Rude Boys Game Club.
Yeah, Game Club.
Let's do it.
Fuck a duck.
All right, so we're playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order, now available exclusively on the Nintendo Switch.
There's so much butthurt about that, by the way.
Suck it,
Dude,
everybody.
Dude, it like I'm part of a X-Men like page.
Sure.
And people are like, yeah, I'm not playing this fucking game. It's only for the Switch. Blah
That's
blah
just
blah.
that's classic fanboy butthurt.
Why isn't it coming out for the PC? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, cause it's
Nintendo
because
helped publish it.
yeah, it's like piss off. If you don't like it, don't play it.
Yeah.
You can sit there with the memories, your last memories of the Ultimate Alliance, with Ultimate Alliance 2. Have
Sure.
fun, fanboys.
Which, by the way, did you finish those games again?
The first one.
Okay,
I
cool.
I had a rough time with the second
I
one.
understand, but the third one. Let's talk about the third one.
Yes.
So, do we got to talk about it?
I love
mean,
okay.
Yes. Okay.
Love
so
the animation.
I love the animation too. The art style is fantastic.
It's very comic booky,
Yep, very
which
comic
I
booky,
love.
very consistent. Like everyone looks a proper amount of like anime, cartoony sort of look to it. They look almost like the Disney Infinity.
Yeah, a little bit.
But like I'm talking about like that consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you don't have one guy like nobody looks perfect. Everyone looks artsy.
Yeah.
Like I ran into a scene where you, if you play Long Nation, run into a scene where you run into Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, and Ms.
Kamala
Marvel.
Khan.
Yes.
Yes.
And they just look great.
Yeah.
Like they just look like perfect. Comic book style, exactly like you said. And no one looks like photorealistic or anything like that. Like they all look good. Art style, awesome. Love it. I love the voice cast too.
Yeah, so do I.
I have an issue with the sound, though. I feel like the
Switch
should
is
be a little more.
I've noticed that the Switch handheld,
It's kind of low,
it's
right?
very low.
Yes, I
like
agree.
I'm like I think I need to get this onto the big screen soon.
I kind of agree with you because like even like I listen to it with like earbuds on, and like it's low.
Yeah.
The voice acting is great. I love that. But you know,
That's
I
one
feel
thing
like
with
there's like
the Switch. No Bluetooth. That bugs me.
that's some they have Bluetooth accessories and shit.
And the
like
other
that.
thing is like
Okay, yes.
the other thing is like why you put the power cord on the bottom now on the top and put the audio.
Yeah, that's another.
You know,
that's
like those
another
are a
thing,
few
too,
things
yeah.
that I'm like about the Switch. I'm like,
Right.
poor planning.
Well, the whole thing with like the dock, that's really
Yeah.
where it goes into.
No,
so you
sure.
plug it in, then you get the dock.
I can
you
understand
plug
that
stuff
now,
in there,
yeah,
too. Like,
sure.
like there was some.
But anyway,
they had to go
we're
either
talking
way.
about Marvel Ultimate
Yes.
Alliance 3.
Yes, available on the Switch. So where you at, Tom? I mean, I'm early in the game. Possible spoilers, but I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like we're all in the situation where shit.
You're not far behind me. I am
right,
at,
but things have been shown in trailers too, right?
I'm
And
at
gameplay.
I'm in
so.
Stark Tower fighting Ultimo right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one thing that I've kind of two things I wish
Okay.
in this game is
All right.
I wish there was more interaction between the characters. Like, if I have Luke Cage and I go and talk to Jessica Jones, there should be some interaction there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Some slight, just like, oh, hey, Luke, baby, how you doing?
Yeah,
you know,
like some exclusive, like they don't have to do it for everybody, but they could do it for like certain people. Like if
Exactly.
you're a Venom and you talk to Spider-Man, like maybe have a unique dialogue, which I think they did in the Ultimate Alliance games.
Yes,
It's kind
they
of
did.
hard to do that though because your team could consist of 4 out of 25 people, let's say
now.
on average. So that's why there's voice acting with the NPCs, but not necessarily your guys when you go up to somebody. But you come into situations where like someone's talking about Iron Man, but you're Iron Man, so it's kind of like this weird
Yeah.
third person thing. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, it was a way to cover all bases.
Yeah. And something else that I gotta see if it happens.
Okay.
Is because I know in the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, and even X-Men Legends 1 and 2, you're able to do the fastball special. So, like, with Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, if you're the Thing, you can go up to Wolverine and throw him. I gotta see if I can do this. Like, if I'm the Hulk, can I pick Wolverine up and throw him?
I remember they're doing
Because
something
I love
in
the fastball special.
I remember there's something in like the tutorial that talks about like synergy attacks or whatever. I'm very confused because there's a
like
lot
you
of
press
different,
A or something.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of different like levels of combat and also customization.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Absolutely.
Have you gotten up to the hexagon field
Yeah.
yet. I'm just like, sure, I'm finishing this hexagon, then I'll go on to the other hexagon.
That's probably a good way to go.
That's the way I'm doing it. So just the way I'm making sure I'm hitting all.
Yeah, I mean, I was throwing some points into like increasing my vitality and then increasing my attack.
Sure.
And then I was like, oh, I should also increase my defense.
Sure,
So,
yeah.
like
see, here comes the RPG where you're
yeah.
like, where you get a little.
But
flustered.
from what I understand, though, it's a very nuanced system, and it's like, increase your health by 100. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't know. Also, like the team bonuses, I like, but it's like it is also very nebulous. Like, instead of I remember the original games, if you had 4 people in a team, then you got the bonus.
Sure.
But now you almost get percentages of teams. So it's almost like if you have 2 X-Men and 2 Avengers, then you get like 2% or 50% of X-Men bonus and Avengers bonus,
right?
Versus getting 100% Avengers bonus if you had 4 Avengers or 100% X-Men.
Why.
It's really weird. And what they enhance, I don't know.
Well, I can tell you, I used the Web Warriors to beat
you were telling me about
Green
this.
Goblin.
Right. So that consists of
that consists of as soon as Venom became playable, I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah, I threw him in the mix.
Spider-Man, Ghost. Spider-Ghost.
Right. Spider-Gwen in the game. But yes, I understand.
And Miles.
And Venom, yes. Which I don't think you said.
I said Venom. Yeah, he said...
So, okay.
Don't fuck with my boy.
So, Web Warriors, right?
I used them to beat, Green Goblin, and man, they just whooped his ass.
That's good to know. I was going to do that route, but...
Yeah, it took me a little bit...
more varied.
It took me a little bit, I'm like, oh shit. He's throwing the pumpkin bombs. I was like, oh crap, I could probably throw the pumpkin bombs.
Yeah.
Same. Holy crap, that takes off so much of his shield.
Yep.
That is I like the shield thing because it's like you gotta find ways to beat these guys.
Yes.
Otherwise you're just blowing through the game with no problem.
So there's a stun bar mechanic in the combats for the bigger the mini bosses and the bosses, and what that does is that stun locks the enemy and you can just go wild on them. But you can also chip away at his health at their health bars. I have noticed.
Yeah, I do like.
So who's your team
currently?
Yes, or who's out of your
Wolverine's always
characters.
Wolverine's always a staple.
That's fair.
Wolverine and Spider-Man are a staple.
Staple, yeah.
Yeah,
you said it right.
And then I'll bounce between any new person I get.
Okay, cool.
I really like Scarlet Witch.
Okay, cool.
I really haven't fucked with Crystal.
Okay.
Captain America and Iron Man, very generic, very
exactly what you get.
Yeah.
Right.
Hulk again. You get what you get.
Sure.
There's just I just unlocked Hawkeye.
Okay, cool.
Spoiler.
Hawkeye's in the game? Whoa.
Yeah, it's just man, I see myself if there's a game what is it called? Game Plus?
New Game Plus.
Right. If there's one after I beat this,
might be, but
I could see myself going back.
Nice.
Because I'm enjoying the hell of it. I got a feeling my next mission is going to be involving going to the X Mansion, which
right. Yeah, because I think that happens.
Speaking of,
okay,
they also announced, I think the day before Comic-Con, that Colossus and Cyclops are going to be playable, and I like it because it's Cyclops in the '90s outfit.
Yeah,
and
cool too.
I mean, Colossus deserves love.
He is, and I believe he is in the game.
He as an NPC,
as a non-playable character, so he's already ready to
There
roll.
was a lot of backlash that Cyclops and him weren't playable. That's why I think they did.
I'm sure they had it in the mix.
Yeah,
and they just maybe wanted to
But the fact that they made them as, what
was I trying to say?
Free characters, and they're not part of a DLC.
That's good
pack,
buzz. That's good buzz. And plus, then it frees it up for
more
new
X-Men
potential characters in the X-Men universe, in the X-Men character pack,
or maybe 5. We don't know.
It's probably gonna be 4. Well, we don't know yet. We only know about the 4 announced Marvel Knights characters, which, I said, Nation is Blade, Moon Knight, Punisher, and Morbius.
Even though we know Thanos is supposedly the big bad in this,
right?
No, I'm waiting for Doom to rear his ugly head.
Yeah, okay.
I'm waiting. You come on. Doom was the big bad in all in.
Right, but this seems to kind of be a wholly original story.
You can't have all these heroes getting together, fighting for a greater cause, and not have Doom.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be completely wrong.
Okay. Well, my team. Thanks for asking.
I was Chris,
Yeah.
who is your team?
My team. Thank
All
you for
right,
asking.
yo, Rude Nation, have a great.
Fuck off. Spider-Man, Wolverine. I agree with you. Those are staples. Those are good characters to have. Iron Man
Okay.
and Thor. For now.
Okay.
I was bouncing between when I got Venom. I had him in the mix. When I got Miles and Gwen, they were in the mix. But I finished up the Green Goblin mission with those 4 guys: Iron Man, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Thor. I feel like it's a good variety of different powers and different specials that I can swap to at a specific time. Yeah, I like it. I dig it.
Have you figured out how to get costumes yet?
Costumes, I believe, are done through the those Infinity Rift challenges, because I saw something where it was like if you complete a certain amount, it unlocks stuff, but you can't access them until later in the game.
Okay.
So I think that's the way to do it. It'll probably prompt you, like, when you get a certain amount and you check them out. Like, did you unlock any Infinity Rifts? Because I did one where you have to fight Gamora, and, like, you're super low leveled.
Where the fuck are they? I haven't come across them.
They're a little off the beaten path. You just have to kind of go, and you'll see something. Yeah, I don't know. Huh? I don't know how you would do that.
Yeah.
But...
Well, no, there's a chapter selection.
Oh, perfect. So
I just don't know
how you will do that.
Where they are.
And... I think it was right after the first Shield thing. So I guess right after you fight Sandman.
Okay.
Also, I'm digging the same thing when I first played the original Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I loved the, like, it's the Sandman, it's Mysterio, it's the Green Goblin. I love that shit.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I really like it. Any final thoughts?
Just give me all.
You want to play more? You have it right there. You're ready to go, and you keep staring at it.
And just give me all the characters. Just give
You'll get them.
I did find codes on unlocking all characters. I was like,
really?
No, I'm gonna play.
I mean, that's old school. I like that.
I'm gonna play though. I want to play.
I'm gonna say this right now. I don't personally think I'm gonna get the expansion pass because you already did. Yes,
I'm a sucker.
Because I feel like when I play and beat this game, that might be it. I don't feel. I probably won't feel the need to go back. And I did the same thing with Ultimate Alliance 1. Like, I bought all the characters for it, and I never went back to it. So to me, it was a bit of a waste. I mean, we'll see what happens if they maybe brought in more chapters or more missions. Like, that'd be something to bring me back, so I could be like, oh, I really want to play as, like, Blade and Ghost Rider and Daredevil and the Punisher. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be fucking dope. But might not be the case.
If you get the expansion pack, if you do, I think it's $20.
Yeah.
If you do decide to get it, you get Deadpool.
Oh, cool.
And he's already at level 21 with an extra costume. A chef costume.
Cool. All right, fine. Yeah, Daredevil.
And I was like,
Deadpool.
I was
why
like,
not?
Fuck you.
Thanks for nothing.
Like, I actually just said, like, when I downloaded it, I was like, fuck you.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, Deadpool's kind of overrated. Kind of over him.
All right, that's fair.
Though I'm sure he'll be in Spider-Man 3 in Phase 4. Ooh.
Nope, Phase 4 was already announced, guy. That was it.
Oh, Phase 5.
Final question. Have you been using the classic camera or the heroic camera?
The classic.
Okay, classic camera, clearly. I'm just in a daze.
What's the heroic?
The heroic camera is like, it's zoomed in a little more.
I like seeing more.
I switch between them, yeah.
Yeah, I like
it's nice
seeing
to
more.
have it nice and close up, but, like, you do lose a lot of the visibility.
Sure.
So.
Okay.
But I think, Nation, we are going to definitely be revisiting Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Tom's just staring at it right now, drool dripping from his mouth.
That's my boner.
Oh, boy. And on that wonderful thud, let's get out of Rude Boys Game Club. So, the episode is now ready and primed, episode 50, Tom, to talk about Stranger Things. And we have a special guest. Are you ready to go into the Upside Down?
Yeah, let's go into the Upside Down and get weird.
Great.
Let's get weird.
And we're here. We got a Stranger Things talk. This is the Stranger Things episode. And I'm joined here with Tom, obviously, because this has been one seamless episode so far.
No
Everything
breaks.
has been recording. No breaks whatsoever. But we have a special guest now. We got Bonnie.
Hello.
Is she really a special guest, or is she just kind of like a
She's
mainstay,
our more. She's
more or
definitely our
less?
more frequent guest.
Cool.
I think this actually puts you. Oh no, you've definitely been.
Easily.
I'm like a
Yeah.
5-time SNL.
This is definitely it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, you did the 2 Game of Thrones episodes. You did the game night. I think that might have been it. So this is 4. I
You're a
think, right?
staple.
Right. You've seen her on Rude
Right,
Boys
right, right.
Reacts also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crying over Game of Thrones.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I've been
Yep.
here. I've been here.
Representing the polite girls, as always,
Polite
if you remember
girls.
that's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. But she's a
I-
huge Stranger Things fan, so
Mm-hmm.
we obviously had to include her in this topic that we're going to be talking about,
Yes.
which is Stranger Things, if I haven't said that already, which I have. So,
It's strange that you keep saying these things.
Stranger Things have
Oh.
happened. So, straight up, we're going to be talking about season 3. If you haven't seen it already, Tom, what's the policy?
2 weeks, too bad.
That's it. So we're going to be talking about spoilers about season 3, about the whole series. So obviously, if you haven't seen the series yet, why are you even listening? Thank you for downloading, but
They're not listening, though. That's the thing.
yeah,
It's all
well,
right.
good. They can just download it. That's fine by me. I
It's
don't
just
care.
about those numbers.
It's about the numbers, baby.
Yes.
Like the number 11.
The best number.
Ah.
Very good. All right, let's turn it up to 11. This conversation that just started.
Yes.
Favorite character? Bonnie?
11.
11?
But it's kind of a toss-up. So she's my top favorite, and then next is a coin toss between Steve and Hopper, I would say.
Okay, that's pretty good. I would say Hopper's definitely up there.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Oh my god.
Christ.
I know my sister's a big fan of Dustin.
Dustin's good too. Dustin kind of wore on. I got it. We're gonna talk about that. Character wise, Dustin's up there. Hopper definitely is up there. 11.
I feel like we might as well just talk about our least favorite characters at this rate.
Yeah,
But
well,
Tom, who's
Tom-
your
Tom Sauce is
favorite
his
characters?
most.
Oh, right at the top is Hopper. Easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hopper. I remember watching season 1, being like, "This guy is so good."
I am looking forward to that Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein's monster, Frankenstein, which is probably out on Netflix by the time of recording or posting, whatever. So we'll have to check that out
We'll
soon.
have to check that out, yeah.
But yeah, it obviously stars David Harbour, David Hellboy Harbour. Tom. Yeah, he was in Hellboy, the reboot.
Who was? I don't care.
Yeah.
No, nobody cared because it bombed.
Oh god, it bombed.
I'm sure it
real
wasn't
bad.
his fault.
No,
No,
definitely wasn't.
not. But that's not about
So,
Stranger Things.
how about least favorite character?
least favorite characters. Perfect.
Mine would have to be Jonathan.
Yeah, okay. I'd say Jonathan. Out of all of them,
Yeah,
definitely
not that I
Jonathan.
don't
Definitely
like
Jonathan.
Jonathan, but he's just kind of like a stick in the mud. Like,
Yeah.
especially this season, he really didn't contribute much to it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
he had much less of a storyline this season, but he's all along, like, season 1, he's like taking pictures and stuff like that, and they just kind of like, they broke his camera, and it was like, poor Jonathan, they broke his camera, but like, you were taking pictures of Nancy getting undressed. Like, they just never addressed that again.
Right.
Like, it was like, oh my god, they broke his camera. Steve's a dick. Like, no, if I was Nancy, I would be like, thank you, Steve, for getting rid of the tool that he used to spy on me naked.
Well,
But Barb, the picture of Barb.
fuck
We
Barb.
gotta follow that.
Oh, poor
We gotta
Barb.
follow that
No.
plot thread. Actually, did we say anyone say Steve's your favorite character?
Yeah.
Okay, Steve's also my favorite character. Sorry.
I love Steve.
But yeah, no, you're right because season 1, his whole storyline just kind of falls apart. Because like he did the whole thing with Nancy, obviously, which was a cool team up. But then like after like towards the end, like he's just completely neutered because I get like his family's in complete turmoil and shit like that. But it's like, all right, like get over it. Show some backbone, and the backbone does not develop in season 2. I can tell you that much. And in season 3, it's like there, but like he doesn't
Like,
act
the
upon
most
it.
that he contributed in season 3 was to, like, grab the knife and, like, cut open Eleven's leg. Like, I feel like they literally...
Yeah.
You're right.
They literally just pushed him in there to be like, oh shit, what's Jonathan been doing?
Yeah.
Oh crap. Give him a knife. Let him cut Eleven's
Yeah,
leg open.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, let him do something.
Yeah.
I would say I have Jonathan
Which,
least
of
favorite
course,
character.
isn't his fault, but, he did have... There was that whole scandal that the actor was caught with cocaine.
At the premiere, before
Yeah.
the premiere of
season 2, I believe.
two,
So
yeah.
maybe they're trying to kind of, like, cut him down a
Scale
little
him
bit
back.
to... Yeah,
Huh.
scale him back. You never know. They might be trying to, like, write him off a little bit.
Yeah, well, he's
I
also
know
going to be in the Rude Boys movie of the year when it comes out, New Mutants.
2022. Yep. Okay.
So he'll be in that as well.
Sorry, what movie?
New Mutants. It's a X-Men based team.
So he's actually getting work for him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming he got work because the movie's done. They just haven't released it. And
Fair,
whatever.
fair.
I don't know. Also,
It's in turmoil.
Maisie Williams is in it too.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this isn't the New Mutants podcast.
This is not the New Mutants podcast. This is Stranger Things podcast. Tom, any other least favorite characters you want to throw into
Lucas.
the mix? Not a fan of Lucas?
Not a fan of Lucas and not a fan of Joyce.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah.
I love Joy.
Joyce
got better, I thought, but I was a lot of my issues
I liked her
with
better in season 3.
Yes, I like a lot of season 3. I think we can all agree on first and foremost or third and foremost that we all liked. We all loved
season 3.
Yes,
loved it.
Yeah.
Up to
Loved
season
it.
1, like
I would say if season 1 is 100, season 2 is like a 75.
okay.
Season 3 is
High
at
90s.
least 100.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say it's at least equal to
Yeah,
season
we
1.
all love season 3. We're gonna get into that stuff, but I feel like a lot of my disappointment in characters is really marred with season 2. But you
no,
were saying,
but
Tom?
like Lucas, I just feel he never brought anything. Like, okay,
He brought
fine.
the wrist rock.
He had to. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Thank
He
you for
brought the
cutting me.
funk.
Who brought the funk?
I don't know. There's something about him. I'm just like, I don't really. You're a dick. I'm like,
There's just something about him that's different than
no.
everyone else.
Right, yeah.
I can't put my
What is
finger
it?
on
What's
it,
weird
but God,
about
I
it?
just don't like it.
Well,
Yeah.
going back to characters from season 3, Erica. Erica is awesome.
Yeah,
Erica,
she's
so
I was worried about
the
him.
both
Yes.
of you.
He
Yes.
just flipped us the bird, if you were wondering.
The double
since
bird.
They can't see
this
you.
is not a
Yeah.
visual medium. I've said this
So yeah,
time and time
Erica, I
again.
was actually
Eat a dick.
concerned about because I was like, she was like kind of funny in like season 2, and I'm
Right.
like, oh great, now they're gonna make her main character, and I was afraid they were just kind of like gonna push her,
Yeah.
and it was gonna be annoying. But I
and
actually think she did a really
I
good
was
job.
half expecting that in her like scenes leading up to her full introduction into the group, like when she was just like at Scoops Ahoy and being like, excuse me, like I want this, I want that, I want all
Right.
this. And I was like, this is gonna be her whole thing now.
Yeah.
But no, they included her, and like her personality shown, and she was written well, and she meshed well with the group of Steve and Robin and Dustin.
Maybe next season they'll include Holly,
Oh yeah, right, Holly,
little baby Holly.
little baby Holly.
Sorry, I'm moving around a lot.
It's all good.
I
She's
can't
fidgeting.
sit.
She's very fidgety.
Yeah, I'm very fidgety. I can't sit still.
What was that?
So as far as Joyce goes, I've always loved Joyce. I've not ever been a big fan of Winona Ryder. I really only liked her in Edward Scissorhands growing up.
Okay.
What about Beetlejuice? Never
Oh
saw
yeah,
Beetlejuice?
I love Beetlejuice.
Right.
Yeah, she was good in that, but like everything else I've seen her, and I never really felt like she was a good actress.
Girl Interrupted.
I don't think I'm not sure if I ever saw that, but I've seen her in a couple things. I can't really pinpoint right now,
Right.
but I was never really a fan of hers. And then the whole thing where like years and years ago where she got caught shoplifting, I thought she was kind of trashy. Now that I'm older and
She got caught.
yeah, and now that I've shoplifted a bunch myself as a teenager, I'm
Whoa,
like, girl, I get
easy,
you.
Whoa,
easy.
whoa.
This cannot be first and foremost. I keep saying that. This can't
If you're
be
a cop,
held.
you have to let us know.
Yeah, this can't. This doesn't hold up in court. Just saying. We have lawyers. Be warned.
Hey, it's okay. I'm not a teenager anymore. There's a statute of limitations on these
Exactly. See.
things. So
Here are these exact dates and times and all the monetary.
it's been
stuff
at
I've still-
least 45 years since I've shoplifted
Sure.
because I am in my 70s.
70s,
Right?
really?
According
right around there.
according to the new Facebook app, yes, everyone's in their 70s.
Whoa, there
True.
you go. Timely.
Anyway, so yeah, with Joyce, first of all, physically, she reminds me of my mom. Like, they're built very similarly. They have similar hair. My mom kind of dresses like that. Like, when Joyce had her, like, sweatshirt tied around her waist, I was like, oh my god, she was running. I'm like, she looks like my mom. Like,
Right.
honestly. Not so much in the face or the voice area, because my mom is way prettier, let's be real. But, yeah, like, there's just certain things about her that reminds me of my mom. My mom can be, like, neurotic sometimes, especially when she gets, like, worried. Like, if I don't answer her text right away, she'll call me panicking. I'm like, oh my god, like, she's, like, that's
Right,
Joyce,
yeah, that
honestly.
is,
So
yeah.
I think I just automatically kind of like her. There's also, ironically, something about Hopper that reminds me a little bit of my dad. It's probably just the beard, but and like the tough guy kind of thing he's got going. So like I think there's no way I can't like them just because of that.
Right.
But even without that, I find them both very likable. I think she did a good job, like panicking. Like she's so good at panicking. And like, what would you do if your son was missing? You know,
No, you're absolutely right. Like I feel like based
Make
off
another.
based off of season 1.
she can't. She's single.
Based off
What do
of
you think? Bob's got swimming sperm. Come on.
No, that well, yeah, no.
Oh, poor Bob.
So
Justice
he's probably,
for Bob.
He probably got some. He's a smart guy, so he's probably decent
Smart does
stock.
not equal fertile.
You're right. Okay, but He's one of the smartest guys in Hawkins.
Stop.
Anyway, the I think I liked Joyce in season 1. Liked Joyce in season 3.
She bugged me at points in season 1. I was just like, enough. I get it. Your son's disappeared.
She was definitely the most high
Tom doesn't really know what it feels like to have a mother who loves him. So
Jesus Christ!
I mean, Winona Ryder's definitely the most high-profile actress in season 1.
Yeah.
Right? I would have to say even in the entire series, really. Well, I mean, they bring in, obviously... Paul Reiser and Sean Astin and Carrie Elwes, is it the actual pronunciation?
Sure.
Carrie Elway, yeah.
Carrie Elway?
I thought...
Goodness.
I think it's...
I
guess Matthew Modine, too.
I'm going to stick with my pronunciation. It's Carrie Yules.
Carrie Yules, yeah.
That's what I always thought it was.
That's what I've always said. But...
The
definitely Winona Ryder, I'd have to say, is the most name-recognizable actress.
Yeah.
From season 1, yes.
From season 1, and I'd say the whole series. I mean, Paul Reiser is up there, too, but, like, Bonnie knew Winona Ryder. Bonnie didn't really know Paul Reiser until you were like, oh, Paul Reiser.
Yeah,
you know
when
what
I saw him,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Sean Astin, you knew,
Of
based
course.
off of
Lord of the Rings.
And 50 First Dates.
Yeah, let's not even talk about 50 First. Sorry. I hate Adam Sandler.
But so let's talk about what we hated about the show. Is that, can we even do that?
Season 2.
No,
Yeah, season 2.
the only part I hated of season 2 was that god-awful 8 episode with What's-Her-Face.
There you go. There's a least favorite character right there.
Yeah,
like,
good
that was
point.
an unnecessary plot point. Can I rant about season 2 for a little bit?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna rant about season 2 a little bit. I feel like season 2, they went back to the well too often. I feel like the Duffer Brothers, they came up with season 1. I feel knocked that out of the park because they hit that 80s. It wasn't like an homage. It was like right in there, exactly. Like it wasn't just like, hey, the 80s, remember that?
Right.
Like it was in the 80s. Like that was it. They got that. They got this nice sci-fi with mystery and science and shit like that, and psychic powers. They got all that stuff, and they got a nice story from beginning to end with a little bit of a cliffhanger. Super popular. Then they're like, oh shit, what do we do for season 2? So they're like, all right, how about this? So then they come up with the idea with the mind flare, which I like. I like having the hive mind idea. I like the fact that there's still a mystery involved. The Demidogs I could have done without. I know that they had to kind of bring back the Demogorgon because it's an iconic creature from this series, and they had to bring it back somehow. But I didn't like how they did it. I like that. There are aspects of season 2 that I like. I don't like that Will is now, again, I'm going to say, for lack of a better term, disabled, because obviously he was missing in the Upside Down in season 1, and now he's being possessed and controlled in season 2, so he's a completely non-entity.
Yeah, I mean, I also kind of feel it was like also some like PTSD.
No, absolutely, yeah, I get it, but it was a lot of
crippling.
reactionary of season 1, which is fine because I mean these kids, this whole family, this whole town went through a lot.
Right.
But it was just like, I feel like we've seen this already, and then they just throw in more characters, which is fine, but then they just like, they kill off Bob. Which is like, why even introduce him? Like, I mean, it was nice to have him. He was a Sean Astin, great actor, great character. But it was just like, all right, like, he just kind of was just there to be like, oh, it's a map. I know basic. Let me go do this thing. And it was just like,
I think he
all
was
right.
probably...
And obviously the 11 trying to pivot her to be more with her superpowers in that whole fucking 8 episode. Like,
yeah.
What were you going to say about him? Sorry.
I think Sean Astin was probably there because it was obviously the star power of it.
Sure.
But combined with that, I think they needed us to have that gut punch of like a character death without actually killing off like one of the main
or like a nobody.
So it was like, it wasn't a nobody. Like they made us really care about him, and then they killed him, but he didn't really contribute that much to the story that it would be, like affect season 3 too much.
Right, except that Joyce is sad.
Yeah,
but I mean, she has
she's
a lot to be sad about. Yeah,
she's always sad.
Yeah, her magnets are falling. Like, God.
As far as
Can't
Will
keep track of her
goes, like you
no,
saying,
definitely not.
He was like disabled, for lack of a better word, in the first 2 seasons. Honestly, though, in season 3, what did he really contribute? All he did was say, "Let's play D&D," and then like touch the back of his neck and be like, "It's coming!" Like every 3 minutes.
he was the radar.
He was, but like, what else did he do?
But that was almost like
it
how
gave them time to prepare.
It did, I know.
I feel like that's how
kind of all he did.
He was gonna they were gonna try to make him in season 2, where he's just like, "Oh, you're a spy. You know what they're up to." But like the whole scope of season 2, it's like, did he really know? Like, or was that the mind flayer kind of saying like, trying to lead him on?
Right.
At least now, I didn't think they were gonna go back to it again. But like having him be just like, give that physical touch, literally, of being like on the back of his neck, and I'm like, they're here, you know what? And yeah, he obviously got into the fight a little bit with the fireworks and the mind flayer.
Yeah.
So like he was there. He was doing
Yeah.
shit. But you're right. Like out of like the
main core.
the four group of boys. Obviously, Dustin was doing his shit. I feel like Lucas and Will were both doing the fireworks. Obviously, Mike, I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
He was protecting 11.
I guess, yeah.
And he was with Matt. Like, him and Max were protecting 11.
Which is
You're right.
exactly what they should be doing.
Sure.
11 is the best.
True.
What did you guys think about Robin?
I thought it was a fine
I
character.
I liked
it was
her.
fine.
Yeah,
I liked
I liked
Robin.
her.
They didn't force it. The fact that she's gay doesn't matter. I mean, you know, it wasn't.
Well,
it wasn't
back
like it wasn't
then
like
in the 80s,
well,
yes,
yeah,
it
no,
is.
that yeah, I get, but like we're watching the show in 2019, so like even like they weren't going to be just like,
Really,
oh man,
thanks.
we're adding a lesbian. Like, all right, like that's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you didn't if you were trying to do it that way, like how inclusive we are. Like, all right, that's great, but like you know, wasn't defined by it.
I was so glad she was a lesbian because I don't think she had any chemistry with
Right.
Steve.
Which
and
is
I was like,
kind of good
yeah.
that she didn't because, you know, well, yes.
my whole thing was when I heard that she was going to be on the show and she was going to work with Steve, I was like, okay, they're shoehorning in this like one random character who's his age. So of course that's going to be love interest.
Right.
So that always annoys me when it's like so forced like that. So then when it turned out they're not in a relationship, like they're not going to get in a relationship, she's a lesbian, I was actually really relieved.
Right.
Because I do like her, but I don't like her and Steve together.
Right. I like her and Steve as friends.
Scratched
Like,
myself in the chin really hard.
But Bond, would you think that'd be almost a bit of a cop out to be just like Steve can't have they can't do that, so that's their easy way of being like, oh no, she's physically not attracted to him.
No, I don't think it's a cop-out.
No? Okay.
No, I think it kind of adds to her character because she was kind of boring but like off-putting at first.
Right.
And that kind of explains it, like it's the 80s and she has to live in the closet, so like that's why she's kind of a bitch.
Which goes with my whole theory I've been saying since early episodes of the podcast that I pinned Billy as gay, as homosexual.
well, they never really.
They didn't. You're right. They never confirmed it. He
But
did not bang
yeah.
Mrs. Wheeler.
He did not, but he was looking forward to it.
They
even
might
like
have just been going for swim lessons.
yeah, I could see
He likes
it.
to look nice for his
There
swim
was
lessons.
definitely some sort of like
adorably ignorant.
homoerotic undertones to the way he
Like
was
trying
always trying
too
to fight
hard.
with Steve. So I could
Yeah.
have seen that. Obviously, not them being together because Steve's certainly not gay, but
Right, but I
maybe
mean,
like
you know.
the reason he hates Billy hates Steve so much is because he wanted to be with him.
Sure.
But I think more likely it was more like he wanted to be Steve.
Sure.
Kind of thing. Like he was jealous of like he has loving parents and he's popular. Like Billy was popular, but I think that's
Steve's
more likely
parents,
it.
right?
We never met Steve's parents, but we've heard his dad's a hard ass, and that's pretty much all we know.
Well,
but
I mean,
obviously,
I'm sure not as bad as Billy's dad.
yeah, obviously his parents love him. Like look at the house he lives in, and
True. Yeah.
so that's my theory on that. Even though I do think it would add an interesting twist if it
Yeah,
was just
no,
like
I
Steve
thought that was gonna be the case,
I mean,
yeah.
Billy's self-loathing because he's gay
Yeah.
and
His
he's
dad's a fucking
military type.
Yep.
well, that
abusive.
can't happen now.
I did like Billy this season.
They made you feel bad for the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, they did that last season too, like with when it showed his father like hitting him and everything.
that wasn't
thought-
enough.
It wasn't
No,
enough because like
he-
immediately
no, he was-
after he was such a jerk.
he was an asshole through and through.
That-
season 2.
Yeah.
Anything he got in season 2, he deserved.
Yep.
He didn't really get anything in season 2.
Well, no, like when his dad was smacking him around, and like when
Nobody deserves to be abused by a parent.
when
True, but I feel like they tried to like make it okay. Like it's like, oh, this is why he's so angry.
Yeah.
Like it was just like,
What was it?
no, he's a fucking dick.
I
I didn't like that whole storyline.
Who beat the crap out of him in season 2?
Nobody.
No, when he came to the
Steve
house.
fought him a bunch, and
But
then
Steve got his ass
Steve
beat.
No,
no,
but
but
when
fucking
he-
glass jaw, man.
Yeah,
no,
but when
Max
he came to
drugged
Max,
him.
Yeah, she
right,
drugged him.
yeah.
And threatened him with a nail baseball bat.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they made us feel like, for Steve in season 1. And it was like, season 3, they make us
But I feel like
for Billy.
Steve came back around though. Once he
Yeah.
got the shit kicked out of him by Jonathan, and then he realized like, wow, I really fucked up things.
Right, which
between
is where-
him and Nancy. Then he came back around, and then he wanted to apologize, and he wanted to clean up the graffiti, and then he became a good guy.
And then how he stayed with them.
That was
So
his face turn.
we were talking about that before, as far as like favorite show moments go. I think Tommy said that was probably like one of yours,
Yeah.
right? Was like
Yeah.
when he came and
Yeah, definitely like when he like came and they were and like he kind of saw what the hell was going on.
Right.
He's just like, oh shit, okay, yeah. What do you guys need me to do?
like that moment that he came back
Right.
and
Yeah.
like saved them.
Well,
that was cool.
I think Steve's arc, like, he was always a good guy, but he had to show up this, like, bravado, as King Steve when he was around the friends,
Right.
obviously. But like when he was with Nancy, like he helped her study. Like
Toxic
no,
masculinity.
there was no like he wasn't like he was joking around like oh, if I get something right, you take a piece of clothes off, and she said no, and then they're like, all right, let's just study. You know what I mean? The only time I never thought he got aggressive with Nancy, but like at the party, that could have been construed as like oh, we're having a party and it's just 4 people, 5 Barb, sorry, and
It's 4 people that are
Steve
important.
gets it in, but
But that was on her because she took her shirt off. Like he turned
Right.
around. She was like a little privacy, and he turned
Right.
around, and then she like made him turn back around. So like that was just her taking her sexuality into her own hands.
sure,
I remember I read this essay a while back about how there's that whole trope like if you have sex you die in like teen horror movies and shit like that.
Yes.
They kind of turns it on its head where it's like Barb was the innocent one,
right,
and like literally while Nancy was losing her, well, we assume probably
Right.
losing her virginity, Barb was actually getting killed. Like the virgin was the one that was like sacrificed, and so it's like
interesting.
Nancy kind of like took her life into her own hands, where Barb was like more living cautiously
Sure, and
and like
she still
doing
ended
everything
up-
right, but she was still the one that suffered.
Right.
Not that she deserved it. I liked Barb, but she's not a
no-
favorite of mine. I
There's
just feel
nothing
I
to
feel
like.
well, we didn't get to know her very well, but I did feel sorry for her. Plus, she was like, she was cute. She was kind of funny.
She
Like
was a
she reminds
dud.
me of some girl friends I had in high school, like
Right.
my kind of nerdier friends.
Yeah,
That
I
was-
don't
that
know.
was a good, quick.
Quick death,
Yeah.
good.
Well, no,
Quick
Oh.
rundown.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
You okay there, Tom? Playing with the
Mess.
toys?
Yeah, I'm playing with toys.
Trying to make them float with your psychic powers. Whoa.
What?
Our
what's-
favorite scenes.
What's one of your favorite show moments, Chris?
The last episode of season 1, the last scene with 11 destroying the Demogorgon
Okay, yeah.
and potentially herself.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. Like a lot of the badass 11 scenes, Bonnie and I were
Yeah,
talking about
those are
that.
the
Like
best scenes.
those are the best ones. But I think that one was great because like she was definitely spent after killing all the Hawkins power and lighting people. And you think she's out of commission, and then the boys are right up against the Demogorgon, and then like last second he gets pushed. It gets pushed against the blackboard, and then 11 just shows up, arm up in the air, ready to fucking destroy, and she did.
She did.
She definitely did.
What
So
about
I
you?
think that's one of my favorite scenes.
I probably like 3. And there's one from each season actually.
Nice.
So my main favorite one is the scene where Mike he goes to jump into the water to save Dustin, and she shows up and like
Yep.
breaks the
into
bully's
gorge,
arm.
right?
Yeah, like that scene, like with the music, and it was just like so perfect. Like I get goosebumps like the first couple times I saw it. I was because I've seen it a few times, but I just thought that was so cool. Like
Yeah.
that was like such like a yeah moment. Another favorite scene of mine is, this is now in no particular order, but it would be the snowball. I just thought that was so flipping
that was
cute.
That was cute.
Because I love Mike and 11. If they don't
Right.
end up married, I'm gonna like shoot up a place. The
Wow.
FBI doesn't listen to this, right?
No.
You are
Nobody
just.
listens.
You're just. Wow.
And I won't really. Don't worry, people. I don't even own a gun. I mean, I do. I don't know who's listening. Depending on who's listening, I do or I don't. Anyway, my other favorite scene is probably this season where all the kids and then Nancy and Jonathan are together, and the
Mind
the
Flayer?
Mind Flayer is
Yeah.
attacking them, and that's when it like attacks 11. Her leg gets hurt.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it's
at the-
attacking the cabin.
at the-
Yeah,
oh,
at
the
the
cabin.
cabin.
Okay, yeah.
Because I liked, it was kind of another badass 11 moment, but at the same time she had to be like rescued by
Vulnerable.
her friends,
Yeah.
and she was vulnerable, and they were like all fighting together. So I thought that was a really good scene.
Nice.
I like that, yeah.
Should we flip it? Least favorite scenes?
Least favorite, we're all going to agree. So let's say season 2, episode 8, I think it was.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean that whole episode,
sure.
except for the last like 5
yeah,
to 10
when she
minutes,
wants to
were
go
good.
back to her friends. Yeah, that's good.
But let's ignore that one then.
Sure.
Least favorite scenes. I have to think about this. Does anybody have one in mind?
I did not like. I have 2 gripes about season 3. Really 3. One is super minor.
I'll probably agree with you on
The
that one.
minor one is the so Stranger Things is getting a little bit its head up its own butt right now with all the 80s stuff. Having it at a mall and all the old stores is one thing, but then having like an entire scene of where Dustin is drinking New Coke and them talking about it, like that's just a little like, I get it. It's in the
Lucas.
80s.
I
Lucas,
literally-
I'm so sorry.
I literally
No.
just
Yes,
Lucas.
Lucas. I'm sorry.
I literally just learned what New Coke was like the day before that,
Right,
because I was
yeah.
doing something for my job, and I was doing like Today in History.
Right.
And it was like on this day, July something, 1980, whatever.
Right.
New Coke came out
Yeah.
and it was a flop, and I was reading about that and I was like, oh, I've never even heard of this.
Right,
And then
and then
literally
go
the
figure.
next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually really glad I found that.
Right, but thanks for the Coke money. I'm sure they're the Coke money, huh?
Yeah.
The Coca-Cola money. The other scenes that I did not like from season 3, the never-ending story.
Yeah,
like
that one I agree with you, and that went on way too long.
I like one aspect about it is when everyone realizes like, what the hell is going on? Like, time did not stop, which I like. And it's just like everyone's on the walkie-talkies, like, what is going on?
And the Mind
Flayer's
Flayer's still chasing them.
Yeah, exactly. Mind Flayer's still chasing them. Guess what? The fucking Russian assassin is still going after Hopper. So if you weren't stopping for the fucking musical scene, there, Dustin and Susie, he might still be alive or whatever he's at right now. The other scene I didn't really like too much, smaller scene, was when Steve and Robin were both drugged, and they were both looking up at the ceiling. That just went on for too long. Like, they could have just looked up, got the spins, and then wanted to go puke, and then have their heart-to-heart. Perfectly fine.
So you and I have been dating for close to 10 years. I
Uh-huh.
have to say you are so nitpicky sometimes.
Yes.
Because I had no problem with that scene. I actually thought it was hilarious, especially when I think vomiting is hilarious. For some reason, it just gets me. It just tickles me.
Sure.
So I thought that scene was great. So it was like they're having like this great, like, wow, look at the stars moment.
But
and
it was like they
went
just
on
like, and they looked to them,
and then
and then the
next
stars,
scene,
and then the
they're
stars, and then
vomiting.
the stars, and it just went on for too long. Like, they could have cut that little scene in half. They could have just been out of the movie, looking up, got sick, go to the bathroom, and then it can continue exactly how it was. Like, it was just like too much of like, whoa, the stars. Like, okay, like I get it.
I'm sorry, real quick. My other favorite scene was favorite scene was when Dustin said he could fit through the vent, and then I was dying. I was cracking up when Steve was trying to push him through, and he's like, "Touch my butt, I don't care." I was dying. I just thought that was so
You
funny.
love it also when Dustin screams.
I do. I love it when Dustin screams. I also still to this day love it when Dustin curses. Whenever he says shit, for some reason I start giggling. I just think it's so funny.
The funny thing about that is like, because I like that like bone disease that Steve. I think the actor who plays Dustin actually has that bone.
I believe it.
Real life.
Yeah.
Little real life trivia.
There you go. Fun fact. Least favorite scene, Tommy?
Least favorite?
Yeah.
Anything from season 2.
Anything from season 2? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Season 2, I'm like,
parts of season 2, but like, there's stuff I don't like about it. Either.
I generally liked season 2. I really liked it.
I majority liked season 2. There are just parts of it that I
11 on her like going solo. I didn't like in season 2.
I didn't really like that either. They could have probably crammed all of that in one episode.
Absolutely.
Basically, like, I don't like the fact that like, oh, Terry now has like, you know, some weird like you know, she's talking to herself. Like, they could have had her mumble in season 1 or something like that. You know what I mean?
They weren't even sure if they were going to make a season 2 at that point, though.
No, I get that, but then like now it's almost like they're retconning it.
Yeah, well, these things happen sometimes.
I know.
I
See,
don't
I'm
think that's a
nitpicking,
big
but I
deal.
still
Me
like
too.
the season.
Okay, good.
How 11 looked in season 2, like when she got to Chicago.
Her bitchin' makeover.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, no, that was not a good look for her. But,
Though it led to that funny moment of when Hopper and 11 are driving to the lab, and then what did he say? He's like, you look interesting.
He's like, I like your new look. It looks cool or whatever. And she's like, bitchin'.
And he's like, all right. It's just like a total dad
really
thing.
good.
I think they really do nail a lot of the genuine, like, so Hopper trying to get into his dad role and being a nervous wreck.
Again,
yes, because I mean, we never saw it really, only in the flashbacks.
Yeah.
And at a really tragic moment.
I would say the chemistry between all the actors is probably one of the best parts of the show. Like, if they, for some reason, like, had to replace one of the actors, I don't think it would have nearly as much charm as it does.
Definitely. But I think, so Hopper trying to be, like, a dad. Like, when he gets the birth certificate paperwork from
Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser's character, thank you.
Dr. Owens.
That was Dr. Owens, thank you, yes. That was really good. And he's just like a nervous wreck because he's a dad now, you know? Or again, you're right. And also the kids. Like, when the kids, that one scene when Mike and 11 are in the basement in season 1, and I think he's getting called up for dinner, and he just screams from the basement, like, coming! Like, you know, which is everything, which a kid has done constantly.
Yeah, like,
you
we've
know?
all done it when we were,
like screaming
10
to your
years old or
parents
whatever.
when you're a flight above them or whatever, you know what I mean? I think it does a lot of things well.
Yeah.
This series.
My probably least favorite scene, I would have to agree with you, season 2, the whole Terry Ives thing.
Right.
Like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the backstory. Like, I just like where 11 is now.
Sure, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess she needed to go on a journey to be like, or did she,
It was
or
like
did
a
like the
self-discovery
audience
type
need
thing.
it? Like,
Yeah,
what
we
we
didn't
see
need it,
your
but of course we
mom.
wouldn't
Like,
know
right.
she was at.
Right.
And I love the scene in season 1 when Benny gets killed. With like the music and everything again, but I hate that Benny died.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, we literally knew
Yeah.
him for one episode, and they like made us really like him. Like he was
Right.
a very likable character.
Definitely.
Don't have a B name it if you live in Hawkins.
Yeah, Benny.
Yeah, I'm not moving
Barb,
there.
Bob.
Things are not
Billy.
good for you.
I think the music. We'll talk about that also. I think season 1 is phenomenal. The music is all in the scene, like it's off a radio or
Except for
something.
that one fucking
you
song.
love, she loves the fucking. That's the Clash, right, Tom? Should I stay or should I go?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a
She
fan.
loves that song.
Yeah.
She loves it. But
But
with
no,
the exception of that, like
hold on.
all-
with that, I can understand. Like,
That wasn't like
It was just overused, you're
a
saying,
scenic
or-
one. It was like,
Give-
oh, he likes this song, so it was a little different. But-
yeah, but you know what though? If you, because then
so
if
they
you look,
highlighted it.
because if you look at season 2, him and Will would go into, Jonathan and Will would go into Jonathan's room when their parents were, like, screaming and yelling at each other. So it was like kind of like it was a comfort,
No, I get it.
which is why they also used it in
Season 2.
season 2.
I just don't like the song. I never
Yeah.
did.
No,
I
yeah,
remember.
Okay.
she
Like, I
understood.
remember
It could have
being,
been
like-
literally any other song, probably.
I remember being like 5 years old, and that song would play, and he'd be like saying, "Should I stay or should I go?" And I would be like, "Obviously, he should go. Just go away. Your voice is so annoying. I don't even understand why this is a
Right.
question." I was like a little kid, and I was like, because I didn't understand romance back then, but I was like, "Just go away." I hated that song, and it just stuck with me forever how much I hated that song.
Okay. That's weird,
But
okay.
something to bring it back up on. Sorry, that sticks to my craw with season 2 is the soundtrack and how it's more jarringly like, oh, it's 80s music. It's 80s music. Like the music just happened in season 1, and I feel like they apply it better in season 3.
Much like a movie.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Exactly. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, it was just like the music was in the scenes.
Yeah.
Whereas now it was just like on the show.
Right.
And I really didn't
But as you know, but I feel like they kind of with season 3, it was kind of like back to season 1,
yes.
how
yes.
it was, part of the scene. You needed that
Yeah, but,
certain
like,
song for that
But like
scene.
sometimes there'll be like a montage and here's music. Like,
Sure.
I feel like they were definitely more
You gotta
they
get
were
some
better
eye-
about it.
They need to get some Eye of the Tiger up in this shit.
That's too. Rocky's got that.
So any theories about season 4?
Alright, so
I don't want there to be a season 4.
You're a dick.
spoiler alert, Hopper gets killed, which I need to ask you, Bonnie, since we know that Chris is a emotionless monster machine. Did he actually tear up though? Like when 11
actually-
when
Oh,
11
no.
Yeah.
when 11 was reading Hopper's note?
No, he didn't. He
Wait,
teared
did I?
up for Billy. He teared up for Billy's sacrifice because Chris is a sucker for
heroic
heroic
sacrifice,
sacrifices.
Yeah, look at you.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's a
that's one of
spark of humanity in him.
Actually, you should watch Big Fish with him if you want to see some man tears. It's
I've heard Big Fish is rough, and yeah, I don't
one
want
of
to
my
see
favorite movies. You should definitely watch it. But anyway.
The
I've heard that and Up are rough.
so Hopper's death. Did I tell you this, Tom? I got spoiled on
That sucks.
unintentionally on the fucking day
That we were gonna
on the
watch it.
4th of July.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I was looking up Stranger Things. I wanted to listen to Stranger Things. There's a Childish Gambino Stranger Things mix that I wanted to listen, that I've listened to in the past, and also I think a song from The Weekend, whatever, and Stranger Things. So I wanted to listen to it. So I go I type into YouTube Stranger Things, and then one of the top hits was Chief Hopper Death, and I'm like, what? No, but it's literally the first episode. It's the first day. So I'm like, what? So I just buried it in my head.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's gonna happen, isn't it? It's gonna happen. And sure enough, it happened.
He told me that he got spoiled on something, so I was like, "It's a death, isn't it? It's a death." So the whole time I was like, "Is it this person? Is it this person? Don't tell me.
That-
Is it this person?"
Confusing the time.
Hopper dying actually pissed my sister-in-law off. She was just like, I don't want to see this anymore. I'm done. Obviously we know that he's,
Probably
you know,
alive.
100% sure he's the American in
100% sure.
in the Russian. What I because we leave with 11 not having her powers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think her having these emotions, losing her father, I think that's going to be a catalyst of her being able to bring her powers back to the surface, much like a mutant.
That's what I was saying.
Right.
I think the next season is going to be like
Her self-discovering.
Well, I think something like she's probably not going to have powers for like the majority of the season, and I think towards the end they're going to find Hopper somehow. I don't think they're going to go to Russia. I think maybe he'll escape and try to come back. Something, I don't know. I doubt they would make him go to Russia, but
who the
you
fuck
never know.
knows with this show?
Who knows? But I think she's gonna get her powers back just in time to save him from something. I mean, that sounds cheesy, but the show does cheesy so well that I don't think it would even be bad.
Like a Demodog
We're at the mall
or a
and
Demogorgon.
the Russians are fighting us. Like, yeah, that is corny 80s bullshit. But
yeah, I mean,
well.
the Russians
They
did
did it well.
invade in the 80s. Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, the documentary known as Red Dawn. And the remake
I
of the
wasn't alive in
documentary.
the 80s, so I don't know.
it didn't happen.
They did
Didn't
another
happen in my
documentary
lifetime.
called Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, yeah.
I mean, the Russians are invading now, but that's a whole other thing.
Oh, man, topical.
Face app.
So my hot take is I don't want there to be season 4.
Why?
Let me explain. When season 1 wrapped, I remember a conversation, an interview that the Duffer Brothers had was that this next season, they were going to probably do something different. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, I don't need to know. I mean, everyone kind of wrapped up pretty well. 11 had her heroic sacrifice. The kids are all just moving on. They did have that cliffhanger of Will with the slug, but I'm like, maybe they'll do, like, I don't know, something else. You know what I mean? A new batch of kids or some other threat or something like that. Like, cool. I'm all for that. Then season 2 happened. We know my thoughts on that. Now season 3 happened. 11 is depowered. The buyers plus 11
Have
move.
left Hawkins.
Yep. And everyone's kind of in I'd say a decent...
limbo state.
Yeah, a limbo state, but everyone's going on. Like, I mean, I don't want to see a long-distance relationship. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that shit. You know what I mean? And the stinger post-credit scene or mid-credit scene, however you want to call it, of them in Russia, like, I'm cool with, like, that's it. Like, I can have the imagination just be like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, ooh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. That's why we're having this conversation, you know what I mean? But I don't need to be like, who's the American? What do the Russians have with the Demogorgon? Like, whatever, dude. Like, I'm cool. If they want to revisit it later, because these kids are getting ugly, revisit it later and just have them be like, you know, mid-adults, what am I trying to say? Young adults, instead of being like high school students, like, that early high school students.
So you're saying you want to wait like 6 years until...
If they want to, like, push it forward instead of being, like, 18 months later, like, that's one thing. But, like, I don't need... I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, if something comes up, I'll be hyped. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
I don't want to be like, they should have killed it at season 1. Like, no, I like this show. But, like, where they left it with enough... enough to give me that I'm like, I'm good. You know what I mean? It wasn't like like, oh shit, I can't wait for next season. Like, I'm good now.
I can't wait for next season.
Me too.
Right, fine.
Well, Chris,
You're an idiot, Chris. You're wrong.
if you remember when we were doing Blitzkrieg, that season 4 is going to start filming in October.
Right, but do we know anything about it?
We just know that there is going to be a season 4.
Right, I get it, but like as far as
too
far
bad
as
your
the
wish.
story with the boys from Hawkins,
Your wish
and
is no
11,
more.
and Max, I'm good.
Yes, but
And I didn't see that news story, so I don't. I'm gonna have to confirm with that.
the world is not good. Fucking, he kills my soul sometimes.
Any final thoughts?
I love the show.
Show is great. Show
I
is
loved
fantastic.
seasons 1 and 3. I
Yep.
very much liked season 2. It wasn't as good, but I really liked it. I love the show. I love pretty much every character. I even like Jonathan. He was my
Right.
favorite. I actually, real quick, I did really like the character of Callie. 8.
Mhm.
I liked her, but
Yeah, I think it wasn't handled.
yeah, I
Good.
hated everybody else in that episode.
Yeah, that's
And
right,
I don't
for
need
sure.
her coming back, but I think
Right.
the actress did a great job. I found her to
Yeah.
be likable herself. I just
Yeah.
don't need them to like mix.
Yeah.
Like if they wanted to do some weird sort of spin-off, can't even guarantee that I would watch it. But
I'd give it a whirl.
I might give it a whirl. I think she does a great
Yeah.
job. So I did find her
Yeah,
character to be
nothing
enjoyable.
against 8. It was just a bad
episode.
Stupid episode.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yep.
It was just a stupid
But
episode.
overall, I loved it. I love season 3. I cannot wait for season 4, which is happening. Shut your damn mouth, Chris.
I'm just I can't stop it. I'm just saying what I feel. That's
Well,
it.
then maybe you won't be allowed to watch it.
Yeah, me and Tom will watch without you.
Yeah.
I'll fucking watch myself.
No.
Yes.
I will eliminate Netflix from everything and change your passwords.
No.
I know your password, so I could do that.
Haha.
I'll just. How are you gonna watch it if I don't have a Netflix account?
I'll watch it with Tom.
I have a Netflix account. I'll give her my password as well.
Wow.
Also, I have Netflix.
This has been a mutiny. This is a mutiny. I hate it when they team up on me. Any final thoughts? That's it, right? We're done talking about Stranger Things?
Yeah.
We'll probably revisit this somehow. Bonnie and I rewatch the show
Twice a
pretty
year.
much, at least twice a year.
Twice a year? Once a year, maybe.
Shout out to Screen Test, the game that I picked up from
yeah,
GameStop
that game
once,
is great.
where it's like a pack of cards and it's like a noun or action or something like that, and you get points based off of when it happens on the show.
Yeah, so you get like somewhere between like 5 and 10 cards at a time.
Right.
You can choose how many you pick past
Right.
5, and then you like put a card down. Like it says, like you hold a card that says 11 uses their powers.
Or like
have a
bicycle
pocket.
or
So
something like that, or
Yeah.
Demogorgon or something like that.
the wrist rocket, something
Yeah.
like that. So like once it gets like brought up, it's kind of up to interpretation. But
Yeah.
if you see it, if it gets brought up, whatever, you can put the card down.
Right.
And it makes for a fun, interactive watching experience.
Because sometimes the bad thing with that is like the cards are super specific, where it's
Yeah.
like I don't know, the phone blows up and that happens once in season 1, or 11 moves the train, which happens once in season 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What was that?
The phone blowing up happens twice.
Yes, I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
But you
I
only
didn't
got
want
those
to get
two. You
letters,
got
so.
those 2 options. Yeah, letters. Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, please don't give us letters, Rude Nation.
We have too many as it is.
Yes, we're inundated with letters. So that's it. Stranger Things. We'll be back because there is a season 4. There's going to be a season 4. We'll talk about it.
We now leave the upside down to go to the right side up.
Ooh. All right.
Ahoy!
Oh, God. And on that note, Rude Nation, thank you so much again for joining us 50 times in a row. Rude Boys Power Hour Plus. Yeah, Tom, don't do the math on that one, because there have been Russell specials and stuff like that. It's been a good year for us, you know?
Sure,
It's been
yeah.
a good second
It's been a
year
busy
for us.
year.
It's been a very busy year. And we're going to talk about that next episode on our official second year anniversary episode 51.
Whoop.
So any
Bubba.
sort of memories you have, Rude Nation, let us know. Let us know you're out there, please. But we've got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about next episode. Obviously, we'll look in the past, look at the present, and maybe look to the future.
And
Yeah.
and an exciting gift as well.
Ooh, special gifts.
Yeah.
So again, Nation, thank you so much for joining us. A very lengthy episode. Thank you for Bonnie, our special guest, for our Stranger Things guest host? I don't know. Guest. And if you want to hit us up, Nation, you know where to reach us. We've been down this road 50 times plus. Twitter.com/RudeBoys469. Facebook.com/RudeBoys469. Instagram.com/RudeBoys469. Our YouTube page.
Yeah, YouTube.
We got a YouTube, Tommy.
Shit.
bit.ly/RudeBoysRudeTube, all lowercase. That is where you'll find all our episodes, all our fun little videos that we do, all our little streams, all our little Rude Boys reacts, everything. Everything. Please like and subscribe, all that stuff.
Please.
Thank you so much. Please. We can be found on the Podbean network, which is over at rudeboys.podbean.com.
Flick that ultimate beam.
And you can also find us on the iTunes podcast app. I'm sorry, the Apple podcast app. iTunes is dead. R.I.P. in peace, bitch. If you want to reach me, calling out Apple, sorry.
That was hurtful.
If you want to reach me on Twitter, I'm at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS.
If you pansies who are complaining about too much smoking on a streaming service television show, you can get me at Tommy_Cash, and that's Cash with a K, you whiny little pussies.
And Nation, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Year 2 is done, baby. Episode 51 will be the start of year 3. Tom, you okay? You look a little. Are you upset?
I want to hear it.
Not right now.
Yes, right now, Shermy Buns.
Shit. Turn around. Look at what you see in her face. The mirror of your dreams. believe I'm everywhere.
Giving in the
lights.
The shit I do for the show.
Written on the pages is the answer to our never-ending story. Rude Nation, thank you so much for joining us. Year 2, Dunzo. Year 3, we look at the future. Thank you so much for joining us. For Tom, I'm Sherm.
For Tom, I'm Tom.
Bye-bye.
This has been a Wall Street Bangers production.
Fuck it.